everyone, I am here in West Wales to visit Nibbles Rabbit Rescue. We're going to find out what goes into making a rescue work and, most importantly, meet some of the bunnies. 6 years ago, we made this same trip to adopt our bunny Ffion, and to say thank you to Nibbles for 6 years of chaos, I have returned with treats. Lots of goodies. Before meeting the bunnies, I asked Siobhan some questions about what goes into running a rescue. So how did Nibbles get started?
Well, we moved here in 2013 in the November, and we were absolutely not opening a rescue. What is the rescue was going to be our veg patch. We were going to do the whole self-sufficiency, living the dream thing. And I ended up owing Mikey at Green Acres a favour. And he messaged me one day and said, "You're near Newcastle Emlyn, aren't you?" I said, "Yes." He said, "There's a house with about 50 rabbits. Can you go and have a look?" It was actually 125 rabbits. And there was literally no rescue came for rabbits in the entirety of Wales.
Yeah.
So, we put out a plea to rabbit welfare. They sent it out to the rescues, and we just started taking these rabbits out. I mean, my whole back room was filled with dog crates because, we were not set up. And, eventually I just sort of thought to myself, well, what happens next time? Like if we were here, they could have rung us and we could have helped them. And then you would have had 10 rabbits to deal with, not 125 rabbits. So, 10 years later, we're still here.
What does a rescue do?
When it's funded properly, I think is the... obviously, we take in unwanted rabbits and rodents, and that's what we specialise in. It can be all sorts of different things. We have children, obviously, that's the standard one, is it? They've grown bored and the adults didn't want to do it in the first place. But a lot of the stuff we get in here is welfare related. A lot of it is unintentional neglect. That people just aren't, don't know what they're doing. They're still shut in a hutch and overweight and dental issues and overgrown claws and dirty bottoms, and so a lot of it is putting these things right and then finding them homes where people really know modern day rabbit care and they've got the space and time to look after them. So that's what we do. One
thing I think people don't think about is like the mental health side of rescuing. Do you think there's enough awareness about mental health of rescuers?
Probably not. It's tough. I mean, a lot of it depends on the rescue and the situation. If you're a big rescue and you've got lots of staff, then that makes a massive difference because you can take a step away. I mean, I've not had a holiday in over 10 years, so I haven't really had a day off in 10 years. So this is literally my life, and that is really hard. Like, some days you just think, I really don't want to do this anymore, I'm done, I can't cope with it. And then, and I don't want to come outside, I don't want to face it, and I come outside and then one of the rabbits will just binky past me because I've walked by and I'm just like, "Oh, you're adorable, let's keep going." So that is what keeps it, So as much as there are all the lows, every day you're coming out and you're seeing them and you're caring for them and you watch them change. That's the joy. And say when people send in pictures and videos of them in their new homes, and then every bad day you don't care anymore because it was all worth it because you've made them happy. And that's what the job is.
Where do people's donations go when they donate to Nibbles?
Everything. Obviously, aside from the fact we've got to feed the rabbits, bed the rabbits, make sure they're safe, they've got enrichment, they've got stuff to do, maintaining the enclosures, basically just keeps everything running. And obviously our biggest cost right now is vets fees that have gone through the roof. When we first opened, it was £60 to neuter a female rabbit. It's now 170. We're now averaging £500 for every rabbit coming in because so many of them need dental work. So that's another £200 just for basic spur removal now. So it's really, really tough. Since, I've got to think now, I think it's 2001 was the first year we started with paid staff, and you just can't do it without it. It was so difficult, and the volunteers we've got are amazing. Bless Evelyn, she was our first volunteer in 2018 and she's still here pretty much every Wednesday. It doesn't matter if it's rain, whatever. And say Karen's exactly the same, she's here in horrific weather, and Claire on a Saturday, and they're absolutely brilliant. But the problem with a lot of it is if you're dealing with animals, you've got to be there. It doesn't matter, what is going on, you've got to be there because they've got to be fed, they've got to be cleaned, you've got to make sure they're all right. And you know what rabbits are like, they're literally like, "I'm fine, I'm not fine," so there's that constant need to be here, and we just felt the only way we could really cater for them was to, you know, say, right, okay, we need people here who we know are going to be here for them. So that has been, it's been difficult. I mean, I hate spending money on anything that isn't for the rabbit, but then essentially it is all for the rabbit.
Obviously the goal is adoption, but if people can't adopt, how else can they support you?
Even if you just like our Facebook page and share our posts and like our posts and comment on our posts, that makes a massive difference. So something that, you know, if you can't adopt, if you can't donate, if you can't, that's something really, really simple. We do also have easy fundraising set up for the rescue, so you can shop online, do all your normal stuff, and it's a completely free donation to us. So there are ways people can, you know, do something without actually having to put any outlay in, and it really does make a difference and help out and hopefully enable us to A, stay open, and B, get to the point where we can reopen all the housing that's been empty for so long.
Yeah. And can they also sponsor?
Yeah, they can sponsor the sanctuary rabbits. At the moment we've got 4 on site that will remain here for life, and then there's 2 in permanent foster homes. And then, yeah, we did have all the hutches available, so you can sponsor a hutch.
Nice, including the Bun Squad one?
So yeah, well, I'll take it. It is empty at the moment. I have to say that is one of the ones that are empty at the moment. But yeah, that one it's still up there.
Nice. Yeah, that was it. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Answering
let's go
everything.
meet the buns then.
Yay!
Pretty much everything is empty down here at the moment, other than the trio that are our longest stay rabbits.
Oh, is it Chili, Nacho and
Salsa?
Salsa?
Yeah, they've been here for over 3 years now, I think.
Oh.
Like when they came in, they literally fitted in the palm of your hand.
Oh, bless.
And yeah, I think people are they're very timid, they're very shy, and then I think Chili's, pairs are really difficult to home anyway, and then you've got a trio. But I mean, they are very, very sweet boys.
Yeah.
Ready for their haircuts next week for the, for the fluffy ones. Jasper and Sam are in here. That's 2 of Bridget's babies. There were 4 boys, so we split them into pairs.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're waiting for them. They're taking a long time to be ready to neuter.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be happy because I'm going to catch them all. But so they were around there, but we've moved them around here because it's a bit more activity.
Yeah.
Round there is quite, like, I mean, we put it there in the sense of, well, we've got to try and put in as much housing as possible because there's so many rabbits needing help. But you only kind of walk down there when you're going around there. So, and they were just getting a bit too skitty, and I thought, oh no, we'll put them here because, you know, we're up backwards and forwards all day, and you know, they just then see a bit more of the world.
I think I remember Ffion was along this side.
Yeah, she was either in the first or the second.
I remember it was like a couple of days before Ffion had escaped and gone out to see another bunny. And that should have been a sign of how much chaos she was going to be when we got her. Because I don't know if I ever told you, but we brought her home and we'd separated out our bunny room. And when we put her in, she binkied so high, she binkied over the top of the 3-foot fencing and got in with our boy straight away. And we were like, okay, so we had to go around a friend's house and borrow 6-foot fencing to separate. I was like, she's starting as she means to go on here. She's always been a bit.
Oh, it's probably the first time she'd ever had the space to enjoy herself.
Yeah.
You know, and she wasn't feeling ill anymore, so. Bless her.
So are these are the other 2 boys?
Yeah, the other 2 brothers. That's Sheldon and Leonard. Leonard's the one with the black face, and Sheldon's the other one. And they are very sweet boys.
And then this is
Glyndor. He's an interesting case. He came in February. They'd had a baby and didn't have space for him. But he's had a lot of behavioural issues since he's come in. He's fine, as long as you don't cross that threshold. The minute you cross that threshold. And we don't know why. We didn't know if it was just a case of, so he came in February and then it sort of heated up, whether it was sort of a spring fever thing, because he's been an only rabbit and suddenly he's around other rabbits. Is that you just being very protective of your space?
Yeah.
But say Claire cleaned him out this morning and he was all over while she was in. I was like, well, you better take him home now, Claire.
You've been chosen.
Yeah, it goes all up to you. So, but no, we'll just keep working with him. You know, like, and hopefully someone will find his quirks appealing.
Yeah.
He's very sweet. Dorothy and Florence in here. They've been here for a while. They were horribly overweight when they arrived, to the point Dorothy's the dotty one, and she couldn't hop, she couldn't clean herself, and if you picked her up, she just went blue.
Yeah.
She just couldn't breathe, so it took a long time to get the weight off before we could, obviously spay her, because you couldn't pick her up properly, let alone put her on her back for an op.
Yeah.
But they've been here for quite some time now. They're funny girls. So Nigel, he's one of us. This is our bonding pen. And I will confess, I am being a bit lame with finding the time to bond them. So Nigel's been here for quite some time. We've tried him with other girls and he goes berserk. He was literally thrown on the desk at Green Acres in a carrier. This rabbit is a demon rabbit. It's bitten my son. Walked out. So he came down here and he'd just been tormented. But he's Nigel. I think a lot of people just don't understand them. They just, so many people, they don't have any personality. I'm like, have you ever spent time with a rabbit?
Yeah.
They've all got their own personalities and their own, little quirks, and they're fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So that's his intended Norma.
Norma and Nigel.
Yeah. And she is it's literally, it made us laugh. She is the only rabbit I've ever met that loves to be picked up.
Oh.
She goes all limp in your arms. So yeah, it's not. I don't think it's going to be a difficult bond, but it's one that you're going to have to really supervise. Otherwise, it's going to escalate. So, and that's exactly what you want to avoid.
Yeah.
So it's just finding. I need to just put aside 4 or 5 days where I'm just right, I'm out for 4 or 5 days. I've just got to sit with the rabbits.
Yeah.
So Bridget's in here with Pixie, her daughter. So she's got to go to the vet not next week, week after, and we're hopefully signing her off. But she is, I mean, she's reminded me why I rescue.
Yeah.
Because you just want to do what you can for them, and the cruelty she's been through.
Yeah.
It's just, you can only guess at it, but she's obviously been bred, pretty solidly back to back, probably for her entire life.
Yeah.
One ear's pretty shredded, as you can see.
Yeah.
And throughout the whole thing, even when I've got saline solution and I'm literally pulling her eye back and, eyelid back and square, the most I ever got from her was,
yeah.
Never put up a fuss for any of it, did you? Such a good girl. But no, she's just incredible. She's so trusting and loving, and and your baby is really naughty. She is. She's very naughty little bun bun. And every time I go in there with meds, she runs off. Because I go in there and I've got saline solution, I've got cotton wool, I've got 5 syringes. She's just I'll take this, I'll take that. And it's Pixie, which is why I called her Pixie. Pixie Pickleface is her full title. Bless her heart, she is.
She's
lovely.
Absolutely gorgeous as well.
She is just, amazing. So it's Edgar and Ethel in here. They probably won't. It'd probably be easier to look at them. They are just absolutely adorable, those two. They came in with Rosie and Jim, who've been adopted. They were adopted out of the Pets at Home bit and then handed in to us 18 months later. But they're funny, a funny little pair. But then they're also really affectionate.
Yeah.
Once they get to know you, they're absolutely lovely. And I just think there's something about them. We all said, we don't know what it is, we can't define it. They've got some magical quality and they are absolutely brilliant. So, and then in here is Georgie and Freddie. So Freddie, he's the one with all the food issues. Because Georgie was with Tim, but unfortunately we lost him. Not so long ago, and obviously then we were concerned about what we were going to do with Georgie, nursed by herself, and he'd been here for over 2 years, 3 years probably, because he came in around same time as the trio, and we've just had so many battles with his diet, and we constantly have to wipe his bottom and sorry Fred. He needs extra TLC, and we just thought, oh, do you know what? And I don't think it was helping that they do get depressed when they're by themselves for a long time. They really do. And it was like a super easy, mega easy bond. It helped as well because she didn't have any front teeth. So I set them up in my spare bedroom and put the camera on them and kept a very close eye. But they literally, I think she was obviously used to being with other rabbits anyway, and I think he just wanted love.
Yeah.
So, you weren't quite expecting it when she started humping you though, were you? That was a bit traumatic for you. And then there's just Bo down here, who is reserved to go to one of our volunteers. She's just taken in another rescue, so just Bo in there. That one at the end is Bun Squad Bunker, as you can see, which at the moment is empty. There's little Bo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's just been reserved.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he's gorgeous. He was dumped in a box during a heat wave in car park in Cardigan. He's very sweet. He's a funny little. Every morning, he's always what makes me laugh. He does all these little binkies.
Having been formally introduced to the bunnies, it was time to hand out the treats.
There you go. I don't know if you want to take it. I can pull it.
I don't trust myself. First to receive their treats were Chili, Nacho and Salsa, who were a little bit shy. Jasper and Sam were uncertain at first, but got a bit more confident once they'd given it a go. Their brothers Sheldon and Leonard were also very curious. Glyndor needed a cuddle first, but then tucked straight in.
Oh yes, please. I'm going to say thank you to Auntie Bryony for that. Isn't that good?
Dorothy and Florence decided to tackle their treat bag as a team. Bridget and Pixie were very happy to share their treat. Nigel wanted to approach his treat from the best angle. And Norma was too excited to know where to begin. Georgie attempted an escape, but soon decided that treats with Freddie were worth staying home for. Edgar sent Ethel to scout ahead and joined after a successful scouting mission. Last but not least, Bo headed straight for the forage and was rewarded with an apple treat. So there you have it. So much hard work goes into rescues and so much kindness to help these bunnies find their forever home. You can help too. You can adopt, you can foster, you can donate, you can sponsor. Even just liking and sharing rescue pages really helps. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.